cliche YouTube greeting. Oh, look, it's still a mess. So one of the reasons why it's still a mess in here is because I got a tow dolly over there. And I cut it up to make it fit better, but I cut it up because it needs to be, the fenders are way too far in for the tires it has, so the fenders need to come out a little bit. And there's this folding assembly that you can weld on that allows the tongue to fold up. So instead of having this giant T, you can't really do anything. I mean, maybe you can wheel it in the back of the garage and fold it up on the wall. That's what I used to do. So we got this folding bracket that allows it to articulate, so basically like you fold the tongue over so it takes up less space. The idea is maybe to get it in the backyard, I don't know, but it certainly would help it taking up space in here. Here, let me show you. This is the articulating dude. So what this does is you weld. Whoops! I get a bolt in the face. You weld this on one side, and then it locks together when you're driving. So basically, it allows the whole tongue to flip back over on itself, and hopefully it doesn't take up that much space. We'll see. So if nothing else, Harbor Freight is great for the little things that you need: the gloves, the extras, the use items, the grinding wheels, the etc. You know, stuff that's just you're gonna go through, consumables, and a lot of times it doesn't make sense to spend extra money on the more expensive consumables when you're just gonna grind through them anyway. Have you got your coupons? I got my coupons. Let's go. I've got a bunch of things. Got that 20% coupon. Can't leave home without that. And guys, they make it so simple. You go to the website, and this is not an ad for Harbor Freight. You go to the website, you click on coupons, and you spend 3 seconds figuring out what's on sale. And if you need something, just take the 3 seconds to look and see if it's on sale, and or if the better one is on sale. So today we are off to get this, the Cherry Picker shop crane, I think they call it, shop crane. The 1-ton version. I do not need the 2-ton version. I do not need my blinker for 25 minutes here. I don't need the 2-ton version. I compared them. They look exactly the same. Like if you look at the picture for the 1-ton and the 2-ton, they look identical. It's crazy. So I was like, what's the difference here? Is it just the piston? Is it different, etc. So looks like the 2-ton is bigger, heavier, goes up further. Great, fantastic. I don't need that. I won't be pulling any LS long blocks out of anything with the transmission attached. So we just usually have a little 4-cylinder with or without transmission. The transmission maybe weighs 60, 80 pounds, all set to go. So why would you buy tools from Harbor Freight? Well, let's get into it. Okay, so they're cheap. They're Chinese, Taiwanese, Asian countries who have cheap labor are making these tools, cheap steel, etc. And I get that, but let's talk about, you use this tool. So for example, I'm going to drive into this Camry. Come on, dude. So for example, I'm going to pick up this cherry picker. I'm going to use it 3 times. 3 times. Okay. So for 150 bucks on sale, using it 3 times, if I get 3 uses out of it, that's great. It's paid for itself. I didn't have to go up to LA and borrow one from my friend. I didn't have to lug it around. I can fold it up, put it back in my garage. I'm sure there's other projects I'll do with it, etc., etc. But, and this is the key part, if I was doing this for a job, if I was pulling engines out every day, or I had to buy a tool that I needed to rely on every single day to make me money, no way would I buy Harbor Freight tools. Because you can't afford to have it break. You can't afford downtime. You can't afford the little inconsistencies with how the thing gets put together, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, the reason why, if you're a mechanic and you're like, oh, I only buy Snap-on, or I only buy Mac, or I only buy the best tools, there's a reason you buy the best tools. It's because you cannot afford, if you're fixing cars for a living and you got to fix 10 cars today, you cannot afford for a tool to jam, for a impact wrench to just die on you. Then you got to go find one. You call somebody up, borrow your annoyed shopmates one, borrow tools. Nobody likes that. You got to get the work done. So that's really the big key difference. So for us home guys, for us shade tree mechanic guys that aren't doing it every day, we need a little bit of work done. Harbor Freight makes sense for something like this. Now, I'll say this: if you find yourself using a particular tool all the time, you get to the point where it's not cutting it, then get a better tool, invest in a better tool. But I think a lot of people discount that initial purchase, because you just need to see if you just need to use it once, or you just need to use it twice, and you need an inexpensive tool that's going to get the job done. Yeah, it's not the best tool, but maybe the first tool is the Harbor Freight tool, and you figure out, okay, this is going to work for me. But then you find yourself, I'm doing this all the time. I'm pulling my buddy's engine. I'm working on this all the time. I'm doing this XYZ. So there are some tools that you're going to have that you're going to pick that are lifetime tools. For me, screwdrivers. Like, I want to buy screwdrivers one time. I want to reach into the bin and get exactly a number 2 screwdriver every time. I don't want it to cam out. I don't want it to be garbage. So it's a German screwdriver for me, because that's one of your basic main tools. Would I pick up a set of galvanized cheap screwdrivers from Harbor Freight? No, I'd pass on that. If it was my very first time doing anything, wrenching on a car, taking stuff apart, and they had, and I was a teenager and they had them on sale for a ridiculously cheap price, then yeah, okay, great. My first socket set was like this Ace Hardware, home mechanic set, which was pretty crazy chintzy, but okay, it took apart my old Ford, and it made me learn that there's different levels of tools, and you get what you pay for.